My name is Rhapsody. Welcome back to Slay the Spire. Alright, let's play, and it should be Silent Ascension mode level 5, right? Heal less after boss battles. Now, the thing about healing less after boss battles means that there are a couple builds that are now much less valid. If I was to think of them off the top of my dome, and rock the microphone, I would have to say that pretty much any outright aggressive or HP loss inducing without reasonable healing build is done. It's gone. It's not available anymore. So the kinds of things that we're going to be looking for are going to be heavily defensive. On the Silent, this is going to mean applying weakness. It's going to mean using melees. It's going to be skill heavy builds. It's going to be a lot of footwork, a lot of dex building, those kinds of things. On the Ironclad, this is going to mean likely a lot of block. Obviously a lot of block, heavily defensive. But he wouldn't be running weakness. He'd probably be looking for a build where there is one particularly good aggressive card and then everything's quite else defensive, or body slams plus entrenches and shrug it off and all of these kinds of things. Now, remove a card from your deck and obtain a random relic. I'm going to go with the random relic. Let's have a look at our map, actually. This isn't a really... This map isn't conducive to taking out many elites. In fact, I can only get 2 elites on any single chase here. I've also got the ability to rest 3 times super early. All right, I'm going to take that random relic. That's a pretty good relic. Pen nib for a random common relic is reasonably good. Unfortunately, both of these are out of a health value where I would be able to take them down, so that's a sad thing. So instead, I'm going to focus on blocking almost all of the damage. We're in Ascension mode, so I can hardly be considered likely to block all damage at all times. But I knew that by hitting the 12 health enemy, I would be able to take it out in the next turn, considering I knew there was a strike left in my deck. And that would open me up to be able to neutralize the other one and fully defend. We could take a quick slash or a sucker punch here. I'd probably take a quick slash over a sucker punch right now. That's probably going to be the only quick slash I take. I'll take the gold just because we do have a lot of question marks along this line. Oh, this is really good. 8 is actually the low end of what their health value can be. And because they hit that low end, I'm going to be able to kill it in a single hit, which is not likely. It was not very likely, but it still happened. And then I should still have 2 strikes in my next hand. Yeah, beautiful. Woo, flawless. So I've taken 2 damage in battle, and then the rest of this has just been, you know, not really dodgeable. Well, I mean, I could have just left money on the ground, but I don't really know about that. So I've recently been recording a few episodes with a good friend of mine by the name of Lolash over at twitch.tv/Lolash, the person who informed me about the existence of this game, so you have him to thank for the series rather than me. And I would have before said the correct choice is always remove. Almost always remove. He thinks it's almost always transform. What a nutter! Alright, we're gonna be removing a strike. I'm sure it works for his playstyle. I find that remove... I actually am gonna throw the piercing whale away here. I find for me that remove is just the far and away best. He tends to run relatively large decks. I tend to run relatively thin decks, which is probably the primary difference there. It's interesting playing with someone who has a completely different playstyle. It's exposed me to some things that I usually wouldn't have exposed myself to. In order to see the specific things I'm talking about, there's a series. It's on the channel. It might not be uploaded yet, but it'll be around at some point. Alright. I mean, I actually can just go for... No, I can't. Cool. Cool. Sorry, I forgot that I was weakened, so I couldn't just double backstab with one of them having double damage there for the kill. Easy. Had to use the neutralize first so that I could get more stacks on my pen nib to have it ready earlier. I'm actually considering Endless Agony just because it'll give me the ability to pump up this pen nib a little bit more. Other than that, there's the Quick Slash. I don't really want another Quick Slash. I do need to start getting defensiveness in this deck, and these aren't really defensive. And then, of course, there is Grand Finale. Now, it's been reasonably pointed out that a lot of the problems that I have when trying to utilize Grand Finale are of my own creation. Specifically, in that I dislike well-laid plans. I don't like using it as a card. If I get well-laid plans, I think I can utilize Grand Finale. I'm going to take one on the off chance that I can make it work at any point ever. First upgrade has to be to neutralize because we're going up against an elite. Okay. Neutralize. Yeah, I'm going to need to start digging through my deck because these are all of my aggressive cards, so I need to get past. Ooh, my next hand is going to suck. If only I could draw one more card. Okay. To burn that, it's only going to save me from like 3 damage here. Which is really unfortunate. I ordered that entirely incorrectly. What I should have done is obviously had the Quick Slash do the double tap. Now at this point, it's pretty much just a race to the very end. I need to start hitting really hard. The opening hits the enemy did to me here were quite brutal. Good. Alright. We might need to rest at one of these upcoming camps. Toxic Egg. Probably a pretty easy Piercing Whale upgrade? Survivor upgrade? I think maybe a Survivor upgrade. I'd like to have a card that's... Yikes. I'd like to have a card that's kind of consistently a large amount of block. So it's more than double a defend right now. I think I might take a Deadly Poison, a single Deadly Poison here. Now, I'll Smith for this one, increase the Deadly Poison. Peace Pipe, yeah. Yeah. Okay. Move a strike. We are going to need to rest. Eventually. Block and fire. I'll skip the Ancient Potion. Yeah, unless it was Slime Boss at the very end, I'm skipping the Ancient Potion. This is going to be a rough one. Okay, that Piercing Whale is going to be pretty effective. So let's get that on. Accept 2 damage here. Kind of think I need to. This guy's gonna buff himself, so I'll actually make you weak for the next turn as well. No. I'm not accepting 2 damage. Alright. Unfortunately, they all decided to attack. Absolute worst outcome for me. So I guess I just take 7 damage in this fight. That would be Deadly Poison. Is there any way I can take less? Because I can only kill these 2 louses unless I want to use a block potion. Sorry, a block potion, yeah. No. This is really unfortunate. 7 more damage than I ever wanted to take. If I did a strike last turn, would I have been able to kill? No. No, I wouldn't have. Okay. Feel less bad about that now. Another ancient potion I don't want. Acrobatics. I was planning on removing more cards from my deck so that I could put the grand finale in the right position. But I also think I need a dagger spray. So we draw 7 on our first turn. And then we draw 1, 2, 3, 4. We draw 5 on the next turn. And with a quick slash, we draw another card. So we are 1 card away from being able to use the grand finale half of the time. Taking a dagger spray. I'm gonna need it. Well, do I go for the elite and die, or do I go for a normal enemy and just try and survive? Well, we'll see. I thought I was going to survive this one, but maybe not. Yeah, let's take 1 damage here. Okay, neutralize, defense, dagger spray, strike. Enemy is below half HP, so if Lolash is to be believed, that means they will always defend on that turn. And they happen to there, so I don't know, maybe Lolash is right. He was telling me at the time that that it's based on their health value whether or not they decide to try and run away. Alright, this deck has lost the idea of taking that grand finale in the opening 2 hands. That's also not actually super viable anyway, so I'm not too sad that I've lost that as a plan. Okay. I only desperately need to weaken this enemy for the next turn, so rather than leg sweeping there for the extra weaken, I've just decided to leave it. Cool. Quick slash. Obviously the wrong order again. Well done, me. It'd be nice if we could get a pen nib grand finale at some point. That'd be cool as hell. Bunch of 0 damage dealt. I'm gonna have to accept 1 damage here. Unfortunately, grand finale in my opening hand there. Not a real good time to get it. Weaken for another 2 turns is pretty good. Because you've got a double attack this turn, don't you? No, you're defending. Okay. Neutralize. Quick slash. Hopefully draw an attack, and we do. Beautiful. Yeah. Leg sweep, defend. Between this leg sweep and the neutralize, we will be able to pretty much permanently weaken the opponent. I am going to use a block potion here because I think we are actually in reasonable danger of dying during this fight. We've played a little fast and loose over the course of this floor so far. That ends now. I'm not going to double up the dagger spray because I do need to get the deadly poison out and defend. Okay, enemy is weakened. That's 20 incoming damage. And we got to block it. Well, almost all of it. Good. leg sweep at the right time as well. This enemy should pretty much just end up dying to its own poison. We'll be fine. Not really what I wanted here, but I am going to have to protect myself against those burns. And then any damage next turn is pretty much a not damage. Even that damage, yes. Enemy dies before it hits me. I also could have just thrown a bomb, but, you know, wasn't needed. Okay. Okay. I can see Tools of the Trade being useful here. It's going to draw us an extra card every turn. Ugh. These all really suck. Velvet Choker is going to make it impossible to play, like, any reasonable amount of cards in a turn as the Silent. And Philosopher's Stone is rough, but you know what? I need to build up defense in my build anyway, and I've got some weakness in my build, so I guess I have to take the Philosopher's Stone. Transforming all of my strikes and defense is also, in my opinion and for my playstyle, not particularly good. Okay. I guess I'm going to be relying on there being a shop in one of the question mark spaces that I go to. Like, I wanted Tools of the Trade, Leg Sweep, and Survivor, but I'm not going to do anything if I do that, right? If I don't play Tools of the Trade this turn, I can gamble that Grand Finale is in my bottom half of the deck as long as I don't Quick Slash either. I think I actually do that. We'll weaken the target we don't intend to be trying to kill right now. And Survivor. Alright, so I'm just hoping that Quick Slash... I'm just hoping that my next hand does not contain Grand Finale. It's a 50-50. Okay. Awesome. Fate smiles upon us on this day. I like it. Next hand, Grand Finale, blow them all up. Let's try and get a well-laid plans in this deck and then a bunch of card draw manipulation. All right, we didn't fully heal after that boss fight as well, so I forgot about that. That was rough. We're gonna get dunked on because of the the Philosopher's Stone here. So this is not good. This is extremely bad. I don't even have 3 attacks that I can lay down on anyone right now. Alright, let's spread some weakness. I'm gonna need a really, really good turn. I'm talking you decide to buff? Nope. Nope. That doesn't... None of that does it. Fuck off! Dagger Spray is in the very bottom of my deck. Really? 8, 11. Yeah, I'm taking damage this turn. Whoo boy, am I taking damage. Dagger Spray is the bottom card of my deck! Ah! Oh, shit. Time to take a bunch of damage, I guess. Fuck that with a rusty nail. Yikes. You get on the ground. You're gonna be Trying to buff, so weaken you. Oh. Alright, I'm drawing 6 a turn. Hopefully, I haven't got Grand Finale on my next hand. Cool. Just don't quick slash, and then next hand has Grand Finale. Gosh, that sucked. It was our only way out. Nope. Nope. Can't do it. Sure. Ice cream is ridiculous, yes. Nope. We're gonna need the earlier. Yes. That's gonna be a way for us to heal. Unfortunately, that has just added a bunch of cards to our deck because we did remove some strikes. So all of our math is gonna be off. This is fucking insane. That's 30 damage you're proposing to do to me right now. I hope you realize that's 30 goddamn damage you're proposing. Let's use this opportunity to heal. Could have done that in a better order and dealt 3 more damage. Alright. I mean, there's nothing doing here, save for bite and continue the weakening. Piercing Whale should take you down to only 1, damn. The poison definitely has to be active. I don't want to take 3 damage, so it's going to be bite and then survivor. I need some adrenalines and some bursts in this deck. We'll bite, and then neutralize, breaks the defense there. Tools of the trade, and then I don't play the defend so that I can actually save the energy with ice cream. We've actually managed to heal off of this fight. This is exactly why we took the bites, right? Because the defensiveness that we have isn't significant enough to keep us alive. So we're going to have to keep ourselves alive in a different way. Beautiful. Gaining HP from bites will do that. This poison has been significant. Backflip. This poison's been really significant over the course of this dungeon so far. Alright, this is going to be ridiculous as well. Can we just stop having the world's most annoying fights just in a row after one another? It's becoming really lame. God, I wish I could just bite right now for the... Right. If I could bite that back line and it did 15 damage, I would do it, because then I would be able to throw the fire potion kill. Here, I'm pretty much just hoping that I get the dagger throw. It's unfortunate. With backflip, as long as I don't quick slash, this hand can get me a grand finale. Right? I play Tools of the Trade. Next turn, I draw 6 cards, and then as long as one of those is the backflip, I draw 2 more. I get up to 8. I play my grand finale. Alright, I'm gonna rely on that. I know it's stupid, but look, 2 out of 7 times we get fucked here, but this fight is 10 out of 10 times you get fucked, so I'm hoping. There's the grand finale, there's the backflip, we're good. Got him. Dagger spray. Bite, explode. See, I can probably bite you a bunch more times before we finish this fight. I think I just don't deal any damage unless I'm biting that enemy. Cool. There's one bite. Then we'll leg sweep and survivor. Just farm some HP out here. As well as some extra charges for my pen nib. So I get 3 more bites here, which is really good. And we can backflip. Defend, defend. I mean, it's Ascension mode. I kind of have to do a couple cheesy things like this. And I do apologize if cheese ain't your thing. But sometimes it's necessary. Heal hook is quite likely to be useful for me consistently. Bane is a big hit. I'll take heal hook, though. Because I don't think I can take that Bane. I don't think I want more damage in my deck right now. I think I just want more opportunities to draw through my deck. So, backflip. Oh. The bird does need to be on the ground, let's be honest about that. Good. Yeah, that's a good way to get it on the ground. This Chosen is actually gonna suck. But I do think we kill the bird first. Because we're not too far from that bird getting back up. Yeah, that's what I was worried about. Right. Bite. Defend, survivor. I have put 2 days in my deck, but kind of had to. That's unfortunate. I was thinking about, ooh, can I play enough things to put more dazeds back in my deck? And by putting those dazeds back in my deck, getting myself the grand finale in the right time? But no. 2 bites. 2 bites and a defend left in there. Ooh, unfortunate. I am going to have to shuffle a dazed back into my deck here. 1, 2, defend, survive. Sorry, put a dazed into my discard pile rather than letting it burn itself ethereally. This is really important to me that I use every bite that I get available. I've got to keep this weaken train on the enemy as well, despite the fact that now I've got a bunch of doses in there, because it makes my heal hook better, and it is going to make it much easier to just control this enemy in general. Deadly Poison is probably a really choice card here. Again, just putting that daze back in my deck. I don't like that I'm doing it, but I think it's the right play right now. Yeah. Unfortunately here, I don't have the ability to stop any of that incoming damage, even with the firebomb. Yeah, that's 29 damage. So now it's... Wait, come on. Nope. Alright, I'm gonna have to use the firebomb. Damn. We almost ended that fight on full HP. Almost. Outmaneuvers are really good because we have the ice cream, so if we don't use the energy in the next turn, it just carries over. Speaking of, leg sweep completely protects me. Outmaneuver and bite. Considering this is an enemy that does multiple, like, double and triple attacks, the Philosopher's Stone is really giving us the old what for here. It's a problem, and yes, it is frustrating, but I still don't think the other ones were better options for me. That is to say, transforming all my strikes into defense, or whatever the other option was. It's so forgettable, I've already forgotten it. This one's gonna be rough, though. It was a bigger defend as well as a weaken in the deck. Couldn't get either of those, but good. Yeah, we're probably just dunked here, aren't we? I think we need Deadly Poison if we're ever going to win. We neutralize, that goes down to 9 goes down to 6. So 6 by 4. We have to drop a bite. And that bite. Survivor. Oh. We need more backstabs in this deck. Backstabs, backsteps. Back. Backflip. There we go. Found it. That's 30 damage the enemy is proposing to do right now. And that's with a weaken applied. God save us. Another wound in our deck. 19 is the lowest they prepared to do in ages, so really pleased about that. Bite. Heal hook for a card draw. That's a wound. That's not good. Takes 11 damage this turn. Yeah, we're dead. This elite's going to take us out. Really unfortunate elite to have found with the Philosopher's Stone. You can see we're actually doing reasonably well against the other ones. This was just never our fight to win. Yeah. We were overkilled by exactly 3 as well. Rough. So we didn't have fast enough aggression to take out that boss. And obviously, Grand Finale did go well in 2 or 3 circumstances. We were kind of picking it up, hoping that we would later see the card Well-Laid Plans and be able to work with that. Well-Laid Plans, just in case you're unfamiliar, is... whereabouts are we? Retain 1 card. That's to make sure that it's not discarded at the end of the turn. And then we would manipulate our card draw to make sure that we could reasonably expect to be playing it every 2nd or 3rd turn. Let's have a look at the run history, because I didn't actually explain the relics at the time. Again, my apologies, I was trying to focus. Pen Nib, every 10th attack you'd play deals double damage. Toxic Egg just upgraded to skill. Peace Pipe was why we were able to remove cards at the rest sites. Philosopher's Stone gave 2 strength to every enemy and 1 energy to us. Ice Cream conserves unused energy between turns, and Juzu Bracelet was regular enemy combats are no longer encountered in question mark rooms. If we'd completed that elite, I think we would have had a reasonable chance going forwards, especially if we upgraded the leg sweep pretty soon. Other cards that we would have desperately wanted to see, and maybe if I went to the shop earlier rather than going to the 2 question mark places, I could have seen it. Footwork, obviously huge. Noxious Fumes, obviously huge. Those are probably the 2 biggest ones that I really would have liked to see, especially because the decks would have helped me deal with the fact that I'd given strength to all of these enemies. For the moment, though, my name is Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Slay the Spire. That has been the first time that we've lost an Ascension run on the Silent. Let's go back in the next episode and lose our 3rd one on the Ironclad. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you next time. Genevieve. God, Genevieve. It's always Genevieve. In fact, it's almost always one that starts with G or J or J. I need to break out of that wheelhouse, find other names.